Happy Friday, everybody. I am Jeff Blankenberg, and as we do every day, we are here in this crazy room of mine working on technology. A lot of times it relates to Alexa. Today certainly will. But I hope everybody's doing good. Had a good week. Didn't get in too much trouble. Had some fun. Learned something. I learn something every week, it seems. And I'm really quite excited about what we're going to be able to do today. So I'd love to just check in, see who's here. Let's see if I can jump into the comments here and see what's up. I hope everybody is doing something cool this weekend. I mentioned yesterday my daughter turned 17. I wish we were doing something fun. There isn't anything fun going on because there's nowhere to go, nothing to do. But I think we might have my sister over. She lives nearby. Have her over for a little birthday celebration. My wife's parents might come down. My parents are in Florida right now, so they will not be coming over. But I think that's okay. I noticed the chat bot is not running. We'll get that started. Always a good day, though, when we're on stream. I always enjoy this time of my day because I get to write some code. I get to build stuff. And today is no different. The big challenge for today is that we're doing something I've never done before, and the documentation is new. And there's lots of stuff for me to explore. So you guys may not have noticed, or maybe you did notice, that there's a new device in the family here. Good morning, Katal. I have a friendly new device, and I'm going to move a little bit. Let's see if I can stand over here. Try to stay in frame. And if I say something like, Alexa, look at that. Just rotates right to me. Alexa,
the dishwasher enabled.
Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 10:02 a.m.
Thank you. So I have the device that has the screen on it. So if you guys haven't seen this, this is the new Echo Show 10. And it rotates. So if I say the name again, Alexa, boom, right at me. Very, very cool. So there's a lot of interesting things that this plays nicely in. You can see that I have a rather sizable room here, and as I move around, it continues to face me, so I can see what's going on, and it's always the screen is always pointing at me, so it makes it easier to manage. Oxygen Box, good morning. And so one of the things that I want to figure out how to do today, I know it's possible. Oh, good morning, Chris. One of the things that I want to be able to do is figure out how to make it programmatically move so that, like, when something happens in my trivia game, we can actually have it. I kind of want it to have like a personality, right? So when you get one wrong, it should be like, no, that's wrong. Or if you get one right, it could like nod at you a little bit. I don't know if I can do any of that stuff. It looks like there's some motion stuff that I can do with APL, which is what we've been playing with all week. So maybe maybe we can get that to work out. But anyway, that is the new device in the family. I had to move everybody over a little bit. Everything's getting kind of packed in there together. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to see how this thing's going to work. Let's see if I can do Alexa, follow me.
Following is now on.
Cool. Now if I come over here, it'll follow me. I don't even need to talk, but as I move and I continue to rotate around, I can have it follow me. Yeah, I think that's what we're planning to do, and it's really quite a neat bit of engineering. So the way that it's working, obviously, it's using cameras, but none of the data leaves the device. So I can only control rotation, not tilt. Yeah, I know the tilt is not something that I can control, although the device itself can control it. So maybe someday. This device, Chris, came out yesterday. Yeah. So here, let me get you guys a link for it. I mean, it was open for pre-order a couple weeks ago, a month ago. Come on. Copy the link. You can do it. Anybody that's watching, if you would like to get one of these shipped starting yesterday. So if you would like one of these, I think they're $250, so they're not cheap. This might be it's $250. This is the most expensive Echo there is. But man, it's cool. And one of the things that has most surprised me about the device so far is that it's silent. I mean, you would expect there to be some kind of motor noise or something as it rotates. There's none. Like, I can put my head right next to it. I literally hear nothing. It's not even like that. You don't even hear like that electrical hum or anything. There's nothing that thing is doing. But yet it rotates, and the whole drum sits on a solid base. So the base itself is on the table, and then there's a drum that kind of rotates around the base. So your power cord and stuff never have to move, which is really quite nice engineering. Can I show it closer to the camera? Well, that's a great question. I can try. Here, well, let's just, I don't know, we'll do this. Stop. I'm going to bump you a little bit. Got things all wired up here. It's hard. So you can see this is what it looks like behind. And I can hold it on its base and get it to spin around. So that you can see the bottom of it isn't moving. Oxygen Box, you're right. It's all about that base. Hey, Dan Farmer, welcome. Good morning. 17 is crazy. You're right. So this is about as close as I can get it without unplugging it. Let's just unplug it for a second. I think it's cool to look at devices. Okay, now we're powered down. So this is what it looks like. You can see I got the white one, a gray one, but there's a black one, charcoal also. And there is a stopping point. It should be noted that if I spin this around, it goes to there. It goes a full 360, but it can't do 720. It can only do 360 degrees. So there is a stopping point, and if you walk past that stopping point, it'll rotate all the way back around and come back to that 1 degrees if it was at 359. So anyway, that's the device. It's not huge, but it's not small. And what I want to do today, if I can figure it out, is I want to make it move based on my code. Okay. So that's back in place. It's probably going to freak out because I just flipped it around and moved it. It doesn't know where it is now. It does have like a configuration setup where it'll rotate both directions to make sure that there's nothing in the way. So hopefully that was close enough to the camera could tell. But good morning, Dan. I'm glad you're here, man. Even if it's only for a minute. Is it available in Europe? I don't know that. I don't know the answer to that question. If I go to Amazon Co. UK, 239 pounds, so it's at least available in the UK. I don't. Oh, it's available April 22nd, so it's coming, but it's still a month and a half away. But it is coming. 239 pounds. That seems like a better deal. What's the current exchange rate? Has that changed in the last 10 years? I thought a pound was worth significantly more than $1 at one point. And I know with Brexit and everything else, things have been shaken, but if I look at like a 5-year, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's always been about consistent. I was under the impression that a pound was worth significantly more than $1. I guess it was worth $1.40, but I was thinking it was closer to almost 2. Anyway, that's me not knowing a lot about international currency.
Developers.
Good morning, Zach man. Okay, so we've got our device. Alexa, follow me. Boom. Okay.
Following is now on.
So what I want to do now is figure out how to make this thing work. And I'm actually hoping that some of my my APL experts like Oxygen Box and a few others might be able to help me figure this out, because I've started this morning. I wanted to get a head start on this, and I have the docs right here. I was looking at the play named choreo command and how I might use this, but I have no idea what I'm doing. Literally haven't played with this at all. And I need to figure out how to pass an APL command that will make the screen shake. Because I see that I have these choreographies, and this screen impact center sounds like what I want. A shaking motion that moves the device from side to side rapidly. This seems like me shaking my head and saying no. And if that's what I can do, that's awesome. I just want that thing to happen. If I could just make this happen today, I would feel very happy. But I haven't been able to find a testing tool. I'm sure there is one, but I haven't found it yet. And then I have already tried to do this. And while my APL is clean and it's not throwing an error, it's also not working. It's not doing anything. So this is something that I need to figure out. So I don't know if anybody here has done this or played with this, like Oxygen Box, or if Alex shows up later, that would all be very, very useful. So in Dev Console under testing, okay, let's go here. Is this where I have my testing? Maybe. Come on. Think. In the Dev Console under testing. Okay, I'm in test. Is it part of the device log? Use large hub. Done. Proceed. Smart Motion Simulator on. Look at that. That wasn't hidden at all. Okay, so let's turn that on. Oh, nice. Okay, so open Jeff's trivia game. It should be noted, I've taken a couple of steps, and I want to make sure I'm covering this for all of you.
Welcome to TKO Trivia. What should we do next?
One of the things that I had to turn on was this Alexa extensions. This allows me to say what should happen when the user uses the wake word to start my skill. And so these are the choices I had. Turn to the wake word. That just turns, and then it won't move again unless I tell it to move at some future moment. Follow on wake word, which is what I've chosen, which is it turns and points at you and then will continue to follow, or do not move at all. And so I'm choosing follow on wake word. And then the extensions, I turned them both on, but there's the ability for smart motion and entity sensing. So I'm not using this yet. I don't even know what I would use this for yet, but the smart motion is something that I will be using. And so I've turned both of these extensions on so that I can use them. So that's been done and built. That's all good. And then in the testing tool, you can see that follow on wake word is on. And then I want to, well, let's look at some code for a second. So on my launch request, I have my standard APL directive. So let's take this away for a second, just for a moment. this is what my normal APL directive looked like before. It sent the swirly screen and had everything move around on the screen. Like we just had our logo and we had this swirly, right? So that's this. What I've added is this bit here. And so in here, I'm doing something wrong for sure. I don't know where these pieces are supposed to go. I feel like our documentation needs to be improved. And I'll talk about that in a second. But I'm pretty sure this part is right. This is me saying, hey, I want to use those extensions. So I want the Smart Motion extension to be activated. So that's me passing in the extensions. And then down here, I have this on mount. This is all guesswork. I don't know that this is what I'm supposed to do. I know that it doesn't work. And I know that it doesn't cause an error. So that's about all of the information that I have. Let me show you where I got this. This is up here. We have some motion stuff that this is the Smart Motion extension documentation. And in here we have the commands. I have follow primary user, go to rest position. We have these different things. And so like turn to primary user, right? We can look at this and we can see that in fact during an on mount, this event, we say, hey, turn to primary user with a delay of 2 seconds. So that seems to make sense to me. But then I scroll down to play named choreo, and this is what I really want to do, right? We talked about this a second ago. I want this screen impact center choreography to happen. But what it doesn't tell me is where I put any of this. Like there's no code for this. And so I don't actually know where I'm supposed to put this. If I'm supposed to put it in like an on-device state changed or in like we have on mount, I don't know. So as I looked through these samples, I didn't find anything that stood out to me as being like, hey, here's a really good example of the thing that you want to do. And it feels like we should have a bit of code, a snippet, for this play name choreo so that I can just see, like, if I just took this document, plugged it in, I should make it do the thing. Like, that should just happen. And so if we jump back here, let's start my session again. And if I say start Jeff's trivia game, I would expect the simulator. Oh, no, see.
TKO trivia, where the questions are impossible and the achievements are meaningless.
Okay,
What should we do next? You can say, give me a random question, or start.
Quit that. Let's start the trivia game again.
This is TKO trivia, a trivia game with 20 different categories that will knock you out. What would you like to do now?
Okay, and so I don't know what this is showing me. I guess this is where I can tell it like to rotate the screen.
2319! We have a 2319!
So as I move my user, what does that do? Does the screen now move? I don't see it moving. I don't know what this tool is telling me. It's responding to motion, not controlling motion. Yeah, I mean, this just doesn't seem like it should be very hard, right? I'm just sending it a command to do a pre-programmed thing, but I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm definitely sending in this APL. Like I've looked at it, and you can see that in here somewhere, screen impact center is right here. So I have my on mount, play named choreo, screen impact center. All of that is there. I just don't know. Maybe on mount isn't the thing. Maybe it's a different event. We could try a different event. Let's look at what was the other one they used down here? Yeah, see, this is different. This is a different kind of event. From the handler name, use assign name event handler name, where assign name is the name you use to assign the Smart Motion extension. I don't understand. What can I do did you add to settings? You can see here, I have extensions and I have on mount. I don't have anything for settings. Was there something in the docs about settings? What would I do with settings? Do I need that? I don't know if I need that. Again, this is where stuff gets a little weird for me. So like I have this auto initialized extensions. I think the settings, here's how I read this oxygen box, and thank you for helping me with this, by the way. If I want this to be in the, oh, maybe I think the settings go in the API manifest, or in the skill manifest, right? Which is, if I look at my files, that's down here, skill.json. There would be a thing in here. Now we can fix that by coming here and looking at skill manifest and saying download. And now in here, I have all of the stuff we just added. Do I have a settings? I don't see a settings in there though. That's interesting. But I see I have all these requested extensions that are part of interfaces. You have it in your APL doc? I mean, this is definitely like this settings is, let's keep going. We're going to defeat this. We're going to win. So I just want all of you to know that. If you want to hang out here, you're going to see victory. That will happen, but it may take some time. Motion limit. No, I don't want any of this. So I have this settings here. Smart motion. Zella. Good morning, Alex. How are you? We're trying to figure out how to move my screen. We want it to shake.
All right, hey. All right, good job, guys. Let's just not come in tomorrow. Let's just take a day.
And so the stuff that I'm trying to figure out, and Oxygen Box has been an incredible help so far, is figuring out so let's take the Smart Motion Simulator doesn't support choreos yet. That's fine. It doesn't work on my device either. So we're not really missing out much by using the simulator. But I have the device right here, right? We should be able to use a real device. So what I want to be able to do, and let's just take a look here. I have, for Zella and Little Defeat and Oxygen Box, we're just going to do a quick recap. In here, here, I have follow on wake word turned on. I have both of these extensions enabled, and I have both saved and built my model. So all of that piece is taken care of. Good. Next piece, in my code, I have added these bits. And what I'm expecting to have happen is when I feed this APL document in, that it's going to be like, oh, cool, we're using this Smart Motion extension. And when the when we hit the on mount event, then we're going to do the screen impact center play named choreo. This is how I think it should work. I know I'm wrong because it doesn't work, but it doesn't fail. It doesn't give me an error. It doesn't fall down. So what do I do? How do I make this screen shake? That's all I want to do. I want the built-in choreography, right? I'm not even trying to do anything fancy. If we come down to play name choreo, I want this. A shaking motion that moves the device from side to side rapidly. Kind of like someone shaking their head. That's what I think it's going to be. Little videos of these would actually be really helpful. All right, Arun made a document. open an editor. All right. So let's do this. I'm going to create in here. Let's go find our APL folder, which is probably up near the top. APL, we'll call this, what did you call this? I want to get this right. You called it but as far as I've seen, your code looks similar. All right, well, we'll find out. Like I'm in for exploration. I'm in for having some fun. So in here, we're going to create a new document called echo show 10.json. Here, we're going to use Zella's document that was just created. And then launch request, instead of this, we're going to call this echo show 10. And let's comment this out for now. That should just load in your document. That's all I'm going to do right now. So when we launch the skill, we will load your APL document. Hopefully this doesn't like destroy my device, set it on fire. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
This is TKO Trivia, a trivia game with 20 different categories that will knock you out. You can say something like, give me a science question, or you can start today's game. What will it be?
Okay, but does this have, Zella, you already found my problem? I love it. What is my problem?
It appears our trivia questions are better than our programmers.
Oh, they have to be
Something
inside the
just broke.
document?
I'm so sorry about that. You could start a quiz or ask for a question. What should I do?
Why did I think they needed to be outside? Okay. Alexa,
Oops.
quit. Let's try that then.
Oops.
Take all of
It
this.
looks like one of our programmers broke something.
Alexa,
I
stop.
will let them know. Alexa out.
Main template is here. Or what? Why don't you like that? Oh, because in this document you want quotation marks. Got it. Okay, why don't you like that? I already have an on mount. Okay. All right, let's go back here. We just restarted the service. Let's try that again. Oh, I see your 3D square. That's pretty cool. Alexa. Oh, now we got to go back to launch request. Change this to launch. And okay. Alexa, quit. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
It appears our trivia questions are better than our programmers. Something just broke. I'm so sorry about that. You could start a quiz or ask for a question. What should I do?
Syntax error, unexpected token in JSON.
Oops. It looks like one of our programmers broke something. I will let them know and have them fix it as soon as possible. In the meantime, would you like to ask for a random question or start a new quiz?
Quit. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
This is TKO Trivia.
Oh
A
my
trivia
gosh,
game with
did you see
20
that?
different categories that will knock you out.
Guys,
What should we do this time?
guys. Alexa, quit. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
TKO Trivia, where the questions are impossible and the achievements are meaningless.
What?
What should we do next?
Alexa, quit. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 10:28 a.m.
Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
This is TKO Trivia. What would you like to do now?
That's so cool.
You can start today's game
Okay.
or ask for a trivia question.
Quit. That's amazing. Okay, so this isn't where we want it, and we're going to have to figure out how to add this dynamically.
Oops. It looks like one of our programmers broke something.
Alexa,
I will
quit.
let them know.
Because we don't actually want this in the launch request. We want this in the ask question. No, the answer intent. Do I have that open? Answer intent. This is where I started putting it in. So let's get rid of this. This isn't where it goes. We're going to have to do a little dynamic insertion because we only want to send this part of the directive if the screen can do this. So we're first going to have some kind of if. I don't know what that if looks like yet, but we'll figure that out. I'll probably build a little helper function for it. And then if it does, then we're going to say APL dot something something. So let's do this. Take all of this, comment it out. These are going to go in there, but what we're going to do instead is we're going to say APL dot extensions. Oh yeah, sorry. So this is my editor. Sorry, I'm back in my answer intent. So APL dot extensions equals. I should just be able to create something that looks the same. Big name and this. So and we'll do the same thing for APL.amount. And we're going to take these. So now I need to figure out what the if statement is. I saw this in the code. I just haven't played with it yet. So in here, we're going to be looking at our request envelope. And to detect this in your code, we're looking for, do they give me a specific example of this? They don't. Context.extensions.available. So, and then we actually we want to check for this and see if that's actually there. So in this, we're going to say if handler input, I don't know why I couldn't remember that. Handler input.request envelope context.available dot whatever it was. Whoa. Stop. Okay. Yes, you can do that. In fact, they have that right here. So I could do this. I don't know how to do this though, so that's why I was skipping it. It's a good question, Mr. Prisoner. But yes, I think you can do that. APL is something that I don't have deep knowledge of, so I tend to lean on code when I can. But it feels like I could do it either way. That's what this is supposed to be. So like, is the extension smart home, smart motion? Sorry, not smart home. Smart motion supported, that kind of stuff. The name of the extensions property. So we're just looking for this. And then can't do it that way. So we'll do it this way. Now, will that freak out on me? I have no idea. But this adds the things that we want. And the other piece that we want to do here is we only want to do this if they got the answer wrong. And so I almost need like a wrong flag. Well, I have wrong spoken words. I do this? Is there any place else where I decide what they're wrong, if they have a wrong answer or not? I think I decide all of those things in here, right? So this function here, if they had the answer wrong, then I basically define all my things: speech con, answer, answer note, whatever. So this piece is fine down here. I just also need to know that they had a wrong answer. And so if they had a wrong answer, but we didn't have a question, we'll never get there because we'll be speak output goes there. Yeah, and then if speak output, then we'd skip all this. But I think I actually only, this is interesting. I may have found an issue with my project, which is, do I want to show the APL? I do not. I don't want to show any of this. I don't want to show any of this unless we're inside this here. Okay, so now we know that they had, well, no, we still don't know that they had a right or wrong answer. We just know that there actually is a question. Okay, so now I think I can use this piece. So it's just wrong spoken words. I just want to see if that exists. So we're going to say right here, if wrong spoken words and we support that extension, then do this thing. Oh my gosh, this would be so cool if it shakes its head at me when I get an answer wrong. What did I blow up? Started cleanly. Okay. Let's see if we can get a question wrong. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
This is TKO Trivia, a trivia game with 20 different categories that will knock you out. You can say something like, give me a science question, or you can start today's game. What will it be?
Give me a science question.
I hope you like this one about science. What is the name of the process by which sugar turns into alcohol?
Alexa, gravity.
Oh dear. That answer is not correct.
Okay.
The answer was fermentation. What should we do next?
So what I want to see is did we actually pass that data for that specific answer?
I'm not sure what to do.
I know.
You said, did we actually pass? And that's not something I expected. What should we do this time?
I don't see it.
I heard you say, I don't see it, but I'm not sure what you want me to do. What should we do next? You can say, give me a random question, or start today's game.
Okay. Quit. Let's leave a little note for ourselves just to make sure we're getting in here. Like, what do we want to do here? Adding smart motion command. Give that another run. Hey, startup, good morning. We don't need the tester. We just keep going back to the device. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
This is TKO Trivia. If you thought Jeopardy was challenging, you were in for a treat. You can say something like, give me a science question, or you can start today's game. What will it be?
Give me a random question.
This is a fun science question for you. What chemical element has just one proton and one electron?
Alexa, uranium.
Ruh-roh. That answer is not correct. The answer was hydrogen. What should we do this time?
Okay, so we did do the thing.
I'm not sure what to do. You said okay, so we didn't do the thing, and that's not something I expected. What should we do next? You can say give me a random question, or start today's game.
All right, maybe we just, well, no, I can't. Here's the hang up I have, and I know
heard you
Prisoner,
say,
Alexa,
we just.
stop. I know Prisoner was asking about this earlier.
Chow chow. Brown cow.
One of the issues that I have with doing this in the APL itself is that it's not just a, is it available? It's a, is it available and is it a wrong answer? Because I'm actually using this APL for multiple layouts. I use it for the question and the answer layout. And I would not want it to know, I would not want it to shake its head wrong. Although that was a cool, that's a cool choreography. I wouldn't want it to do that except when, you go. That's about as close as I can get you to it. But if you watch earlier, like we held it up in front of the camera and did a bunch of stuff. So can you pass a correct wrong value as data and use a when statement for that? I potentially could put a flag in there. I don't know a lot. Ooh, what did I just do? I don't know a lot about the syntax of that. So if we look at my launch.json, right, I wonder if I bring, was it extensions? It's not that. What is the thing that I'm thinking of? The two values that I'm bumping in here are extensions and on mount. That has to be in my question.json. They're not currently. So I wonder if I just initialize those as like a on mount. And oh, I have it in there twice anyway. That might also be part of my issue. Yeah, so you can see here, I'll turn it around. You can see what the device looks like here. It's a cylindrical speaker. That's where the speaker is. And then the device itself is just the screen on top. Alexa, welcome back. Okay.
Thanks. It's good to be here.
So we can put in extensions in here. Something like that. And I just noticed that in here, when I do the none of that, well, I have too many documents open. Answer intent. In here, I'm passing them both in as an array, but I think this actually should be like that. That might also help me. Yeah, the screw, not only is it rotatable, it rotates with you. Startup, check this out. Alexa, follow me.
Following is now on.
So as I move, it moves. So it can follow you around the kitchen and stuff. Yeah, I'm getting to the screen sharing. Sorry, Zella. So what I have done, if we look at the right document, which is question.json, I've added in on mount and extensions as properties that are here already. And then in my answer intent, I am saying that extensions and on mount should equal these things. I haven't tested this yet, so we're going to try this and see if this does what I want. But I am definitely getting into my loop. So that's the good news. The bad news is it's not doing anything. Okay. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
This is TKO Trivia.
Alexa,
A trivia game.
give me a random question. Alexa, give me a random question. Debugger? What are we doing? Alexa, give me a random question.
Here's one from the miscellaneous category. How many pips, or dots, are there on a pair of dice?
How many pips or dots are on a pair of dice? This is another good one where you really have to think it through. Alexa, 25.
Ard. That
Yes!
answer is not correct. The answer to that
Did you see
question
it?
was 42. There are 21 pips on each die.
Let's do this
so
again.
A pair of dice has 42. What would you like to do now?
Give me a sports question. Mind you, I'm getting these questions
Here is
wrong
a
on
sport.
purpose.
Rowing.
No, that's not what I asked for. Alexa, give me a sports question.
Here is a sport.
Alexa.
BMX.
Quit. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
This is TKO Trivia. A trivia game with 20 different categories that will knock you out.
Alexa,
What
give
should
me
we
a
do
sports
next?
question.
This is a fun sports and games question for you. Taking place each year in April, what is the first Grand Slam of golf event in the calendar year?
Alexa, what is the U.S. Open?
Ard. That answer is not correct. The
I couldn't
answer
do it
was the
that time.
Masters. It is a tradition unlike any other. You just achieved an achievement. That was your 25th question. What would you like to do now?
Give me a random question.
This is a fun United States question for you. What is the only borough of New York that is located on the mainland and not on an island?
Alexa, Manhattan. Oh, I see.
That answer is not correct. The answer was the Bronx. You can say something like, give me a science question, or you can start today's game. What will it be?
Give me a random question. I'm moving so that it
Here's one from the
has
miscellaneous category. Which denomination of dollar bill and currency now has had its design remain unchanged the longest?
Alexa, the penny.
Whoops-a-daisy. That answer is not correct.
Now it's not doing
The
it.
answer to that question was the $1 bill. The U.S. $1 bill has not changed its design since 1963. What should we do next?
Give me a random question.
This is a fun United States question for you.
Oh, interesting. That came really late. Did you see it
The
move?
Ivy League school, Brown University, is in which U.S. state?
Alexa, Washington.
Yikes! That answer is not correct. The answer was Rhode Island. What should we do next? You can say give me a random question or start today's game.
Help.
This is the help intent.
What are the categories?
Here are 5 categories I think you might like: business world, geography, miscellaneous, politics, or tradition and beliefs. Which category do you want?
Religion.
I picked a tricky tradition and beliefs question this time. During which month is Father's Day observed in the U.S., Canada, Mexico, and England?
Alexa, January.
Honk! That answer is not correct. The answer was June. What would you like to do now?
Give me a science question.
I hope you like this one about science. When Gabriel Fahrenheit
Alexa,
invented the thermometer...
Give me a random question.
This is a fun art and stage question for you.
Alexa, give me a sports question.
I picked a tricky sports and games question this time.
Alexa,
What NFL...
give me a sports question.
From the sports and games category. What
Alexa,
tennis player once...
Give me a sports question.
Here's one from the sports and games category.
Alexa, give me a science question.
This is a fun science question for you. In the spectrum of visible
Alexa,
light, which...
Orange.
Honk! That answer is not correct. Red was the correct answer.
How can
What
it
should
do
we
it
do next?
sometimes?
You can say, give me a random question, or start today's game.
All right, Alexa, quit. So prisoner says, I wonder if you're editing the APL document like that in a session, if the change would carry over to the next invocation, even if you got it right, and if that's related to this issue. How am I loading in the APL document? Right here. We are creating an APL directive document here, and then down here, we add a directive. Is it only working the first load? No, it was very inconsistent there. Oh, sorry. It was very inconsistent there. So I create a APL directive here, and then down here, I just add directive. It doesn't seem to be session related. It seemed like it just arbitrarily would let it happen. Very strange. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
This is TKO Trivia.
Alexa,
A trivia...
give me a sports question.
I picked a tricky sports and games question this time.
Alexa,
What NFL football...
Tom Brady.
I picked a tricky sports and games question this time.
Alexa, Tom Brady.
Whoops-a-daisy. That answer is not correct. The answer to that question was Franco Harris.
I know.
The Pittsburgh Steelers running back made the catch in the 1972 divisional playoff game against the Oakland Raiders. What should we do next?
But see, what we should see here.
I heard you say, let's see what we, but I'm not sure what you
This
want
right
me
here,
to do.
adding a smart motion
What should we do
command.
this time?
And then down here somewhere, we're going to find.
I heard you say, and then, but I'm not sure what you want me to do.
I know.
What should we do next?
Stop.
Later, skater.
Parameter, container, viewport. APL starts here-ish. Yeah, see, I can see extensions is right in here. My render document directive. I can show you that. Maybe. What did I do? There we go. So the core of the document is this. And I have these empty right now. And I'm pretty sure if I look at the docs that the extensions is an array. It is. So as I look at this, I have onMount and extensions. OnMount is an object, extensions is an array. That's all I have in there. I don't have any other bit related to Smart Motion in this document anywhere. But then when I ask a question in my answer intent, this is where I add in these two properties. So then I populate extensions and onMount. It should be an array. I had it as an array and it wasn't working, so I removed it. We can do that. Let's go back to this. Change that back to an array, although it is working sometimes, which feels odd, but we'll correct that and see if that fixes it for us. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
This is TKO Trivia, a trivia game with 20
Alexa,
different categories that...
Give me a sports question.
This is a fun sports and games question for you.
Alexa, 2004.
Oh, man! That answer is not correct. 1992 was the correct answer. What should we do next? You can say, give me a random question, or start today's game.
We did get it to work, so I feel like that's something good. We could also...
I'm not sure what to do. You said, would you get it to work? And that's
Alexa,
not
stop.
I expected.
Stop.
Later, haters.
One of the other things we could do, this is on Oxygen Box's tip. We could come in here, instead of this, we could just say, do not move on weak word. Yeah, I can do that. You think it's the token? I'll take your exact example. Back here in my answer intent somewhere. Instead of this token, okay. We'll mix up our token. That's just fine. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
Welcome to TKO Trivia.
Alexa, give me a random question.
This is a fun history question for you.
Alexa, 1986.
Boo! That answer is not correct. 2005 was the correct answer. You can say something like, give me a science question, or you can start today's game.
That did not do
What will
it.
it be?
Stop.
Don't forget to come back.
Okay. In my onMount, you think I should have oh, no, not there. Here. That. Okay, let's do that. Take care, prisoner. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
TKO Trivia, where the questions are impossible and the achievements are meaningless.
Alexa, give me a random question.
From the business world category. In what state was the first Walmart store?
Alexa, Florida.
Darn. That answer is not correct. The answer to that question was Arkansas. What would you like to do now?
The idle in front. Okay.
I heard you say, the aisle in front okay, but I'm not sure what you want me to do.
Alexa, stop.
What should we do next? Stay classy.
Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
I heard you say, open Jeff's trivia game, but I'm not sure what you want me to do.
Alexa, give me a random question.
This is a fun history question for you.
Alexa, Tacos.
Honk. That answer is not correct. The answer to that question was.
I feel like at least it was working before,
37 of the 95
if not intermittently.
people on board died, as well as one person on the ground.
Alexa, stop.
What should we do?
Now I've got nothing.
Hasta la vista, baby.
What else can I do? I feel like one of the, I mean, if I look in here at the actual responses that are getting sent, you can see that right here I have on mount, there's my idle. You want me to replace all this. Where do you take this whole piece out? So you can put it like that. No, that's okay. Zella, your help is incredibly valuable. I swapped that out for my current on mount value. Do you still want it inside an array? Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
Welcome to TKO Trivia, the trivia game show where you answer difficult questions and win nothing. What would you like to do now?
Give me a random question.
I picked a tricky nature question this time.
Alexa, birds.
Boo! That answer is not correct. The answer to that question was foxes. What would you like to do now? You can start today's game or ask for a trivia question.
Stop.
Adios, hippos.
Man. This shouldn't be so hard. If we take this back to just our question JSON, right? And we have on mount, we have extensions. Let's try simplifying. Alexa, stop following me.
Following is now off for the rest of this activity.
Cool. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
This is TKO Trivia. If you thought Jeopardy was challenging, you're in for a treat. What should
Alexa,
we do
give
next?
me a random question.
This is a fun history question for you.
Alexa, 24.
Whoops-a-daisy. That answer is not correct. The
No.
answer to that question was 0. This is not a trick question. The Titanic sunk on its maiden voyage. You can say something like, give me a science question, or you can start today's game.
Let's
What
take
will it
this.
be?
Go to our launch JSON. I don't have anything
This
in
is
here
the
right now.
purchase prompt description. Prime members save 20 cents.
No, it did not.
Without Prime,
Alexa,
your
quit.
price is $1 plus tax. Would you like to buy it?
Alexa, quit. We're just going to hard code this back in here for our launch. And if we come back to answer intent, we have this in launch. Our on mount that we don't have in here anymore. If we can just get it to work. That's what I'm going for now. So it follows me over here. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
TKO Trivia, where the questions are impossible
Alexa.
and the achievements are meaningless.
Stop.
TKO Trivia,
Alexa,
where the questions are...
stop.
TKO Trivia,
Alexa,
where the questions...
quit. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
This is TKO Trivia. What should we do next? You can say, give
Interesting.
me a random question, or start today's game.
Okay, so maybe this is, that time it worked. So what we're going to try now is going back here.
I'm not sure what to do.
And we're going to say,
You
do
said
not
so
move on
many
wake word.
misses that it worked, so what we're going to try now. And that's not something I expected.
Alexa, quit.
What would you like to do?
It could be the motion API, like the following is interfering with our behavior. So we're gonna try turning that off. All I've done so far is I just changed this to do not move on wake word. I need to rearrange this so I can actually see my screen. I don't have my screen display in front of me, and that's making it hard for me to realize that I'm not sharing it with you guys. It's most people's first time. Whoever you are on LinkedIn, I apologize that I can't see your name. It doesn't show me that. It just says LinkedIn user. But for those of you on LinkedIn and everywhere else, this device just came out yesterday. So this is the first time most people have seen Alexa move and follow. And we're trying to figure out how to make that work in code. So full build successful. All right, let's try this again. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
This is TKO Trivia.
There's
a
our
trivia
shake.
game with 20 different
That's cool.
categories that will knock you out. What should we do next? You can say,
Alexa,
give me a random question.
Give me a random question.
I picked a tricky nature question this time.
Alexa, birds.
Wah wah. That answer is not correct. The answer to that question was foxes. What should we do next?
Okay.
You can say, give me a random question, or start today's game.
Alexa, stop.
As you wish, jellyfish.
Okay, so I think it was just we were interfering. So Malero asks, what's this called? This device is called the Echo Show 10. And I posted a link earlier, but I can do that again. Thank you, Zella. Well, that's the German one. If you're in the United States, I'll post the US one as well. Oh, thank you for the help. I think this got us there. I think we were there. I think that what we didn't realize is that if it's following me, any motion that follow will interfere with any animations that I mess with. So, oh, Michael Palermo, good morning. Michael Palermo, guys, that's here on LinkedIn. He used to be on our team here at Alexa, and sadly he left us. Can't you dynamically turn off follow? I think so. I think that's part of those settings that we were looking at earlier. So if we jump back into the docs, there's a way somewhere. Remember where this was, where I can say, yeah, in these settings here, what it should do, follow on wake word or whatever. But I don't think. Here's the thing: if I want the game to follow me, which I kind of would, like if you're playing in the kitchen or something, it would be cool to always rotate towards you. But I can just by default tell it to be off because I want to do other animations. I think that's actually a miss. I get why it would interfere, why we could only send one motion command at a time. But if I have animations built in, like shaking a head, just because the user was moving at the time, I wouldn't want to lose that. I don't know. I don't know the right answer here. The other issue that I have is when I sit over here, which is why I was moving while we were talking to it, is that I have a barrier set up so it doesn't swing into the other devices that are behind it. So I'm kind of already at its edge. So if I stand over here a little bit, hopefully not blocking too much. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
TKO Trivia, where the questions are impossible and the achievements are meaningless. What should we do next?
Give me a random question.
From the history category, which area of Britain was known to the Romans as Caledonia?
Alexa, taco trucks.
Boo! That answer is not correct. The answer was Scotland.
Okay.
What should we do next?
So we have done the thing we want. So Malero, great question. Does it rotate a full 360 degrees? Yes. Does it rotate a full 361 degrees?
I heard you
No.
say,
Alexa,
we have done the thing.
stop. Stop.
I heard you say, we have done the thing if we want so question doesn't
Alexa,
routine full 300.
Quit. Okay, so to answer your question, Malero, it does rotate 360 degrees. It does not rotate 361 degrees. So there is one stoppage point in the full 360 rotation, and it can go all the way around to either side, but it can only go there. It does not, it can't do like 720 degrees or anything like that. It can go around and back, but there is a stoppage point. So it's not, it can't go, I mean, it does go 360 degrees. It can point in literally any direction, but it cannot go past that point. And I generally put that point in the back anyway, so it's not a place you expect it to go. All right. We have lots more exploration to do on this, but we have accomplished the goal that I wanted today. There's a couple of things that I need to figure out. First, we want to take this out. This on mount, this extension. This is when the app starts. Don't want that. Then if we look at our question, in here, we have on mountain extensions there. That's fine. And then in the answer intent, this is where we're bringing this in only if they have wrong spoken words. And I wonder, because it shook as I asked the question. I don't think I did this in the ask question. Let's make sure I didn't do that. No, I haven't done any of that stuff here. But I am loading the question document. But the question document doesn't have any of this stuff in there. So why was it shaking? Interesting. Let's try that one more time. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
Welcome to TKO Trivia.
Alexa,
what would you like to
give me a random question.
I picked a tricky tradition and beliefs question this time.
Alexa, dancer.
From the United States category.
Alexa, California.
Oh dear. That answer is not correct.
That is so cool.
The answer was Rhode Island.
That will never not be
What should we do
cool.
this time?
No, Michael, it does not tilt up and down yet. At least, I mean, the device can. So like if I say like take a selfie or something like that, it will actually position itself to frame me up properly. And it has those controls. We as developers do not have that ability yet. So it cannot tilt up and down based on commands that we give it. Can you add this into your questions, JSON?
I heard you say, can you add listen to your questions,
Alexa,
Jason?
stop.
But I'm
Yeah, let's get in there.
give a hug, Ladybug.
So I gotta grab this. Sorry, Corey. Yeah, that will definitely happen. I say that word a lot on here. So in my question.json, you just want to add this in here like this. Just wherever. Do I log incoming requests? Yeah, I log everything. It's all being jammed in here. So I have this is the incoming request. And then down here is my outbound response. So yes, I'm logging all of that. All right, let's try this one more time. What doesn't it like? Something's broken. Hold on. These are switched. There we go. Cool. Okay, so that document is good. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
TKO Trivia.
Alexa,
Where the question.
give me a random question.
Here's one from the food and drink category.
Alexa, Ohio.
Eek! That answer is not correct. Tennessee was the correct answer. What would you like to do now?
It should have shook there, and I'm not sure why it didn't, but let's go look at what.
Eek!
Alexa,
That answer is not
quit.
Eek!
What?
That answer is
Alexa,
not correct.
quit. Okay. So I don't know what you're looking for, Zella. But adding that seems to have stopped my thing from working. That's the only change I made, and it didn't shake its head now. Yeah, it should. But I didn't get anything from that. Let's take it back out. I just want to make sure that I didn't break something else as I was inserting this. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game. Come on. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
Welcome to TKO Trivia.
Alexa,
the trivia.
give me a random question.
I hope you like this one about literature.
Alexa, books.
From the literature category.
Oh, right. Alexa,
What English?
Jeff.
Yikes! That answer is not correct.
Yeah, something about the statement you
answer
gave
to
me,
that
Zella,
question
seems
was
to
Rudyard Kipling.
not,
What should we
like,
do next?
removing your statement allows it to work, but when I don't, it does not.
I heard you say removing your statement, but I'm not sure what you want me to do.
Alexa,
What should we do this?
stop.
Be sweet, parakeet.
Okay. I feel good about the state we're in right now, which is that we were able to add some motion stuff. One of the things that I'd like to do now is test this on a device that doesn't support it. So let's do that. Make sure that we're not breaking anything on the other devices. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
This is TKO Trivia. If you thought Jeopardy was challenging,
Alexa,
you're in for a treat.
give me a random question.
I picked a tricky sports and games question this time.
Alexa,
How many different
12.
I picked a tricky sports and games question this time.
Alexa, 12.
Bomber. That answer is not correct. The answer was 82. There
Awesome.
are 4 regions for each of the
Okay.
20 numbered slices,
Alexa,
plus 2 regions for the bullseye.
quit. We did it, everybody. You named the extension Smart Motion.
Bummer. That answer is not correct.
I did.
The answer was 82.
Alexa,
There are 4 regions for each of the 20 numbered slices, plus
Alexa.
2 regions for the bullseye.
quit. Alexa,
Bummer. That answer is not correct.
what is going on?
The answer was
Alexa.
82. There are
Quit. Oh, now you're going to reboot. All right, cool. So I did call it Smart Motion. If we go back and look at my my document and answer, you can see that right here, I call my extension Smart Motion. I mean, it's working. Like, as we have it right now, when I give a wrong answer, it shakes its head, which is so freaking cool. I can imagine doing some other cool stuff when the skill starts. Like, I know there's like a, well, let's just do that. We can hard code it right in here. So if we think about extensions, getting ambitious here. I was going to stop. I was going to call it a day. We're going to try something. So in this case, we're going to go back to answer intent. And we have this. Launch. This is extensions. This is going to go here. And in the intent, we are going to take this piece, the launch, and we're going to make this the on mount. This, instead of screen impact center, we're going to do one of the other ones. We should probably just see what each of these looks like, right? I think that would be fun. So let's do that one. Mix expressive shakes. Okay. Alexa. No. Quit. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
Welcome to TKO Trivia. What would you like to do now?
That did nothing. Motion is
I
temporarily
heard you
unavailable.
say that did not, but I'm not sure what
Alexa.
you want me to do.
Quit. Why is motion temporarily unavailable? Alexa. Oh, that's interesting. If this issue
I'm
persists.
glad you think so.
Yeah, there we go. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
Welcome to TKO Trivia. What should we do next? You can say give me a random question or start today's game.
Quit. That didn't do anything. It didn't do it. What could I be doing wrong now? Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
TKO Trivia, where the questions are impossible and the achievements are meaningless. What would you like to do now?
That's kind of cool. I don't know what that really is, but quit. What were the other ones?
I heard you say, that's kind of cool. I don't know what that really is, but I'm not sure what you want me to do. What would you like to do now?
Quit. What I should do is make a little video of each of these, kind of recording what the motion looks like. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
This is TKO Trivia. You can say something like, give me a science question, or you can start today's game.
Alexa, quit.
What will it be?
Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
TKO Trivia, where the questions are impossible
Alexa,
and the achievements
quit. This is one of those things where it just, like, all of a sudden it'll work.
TKO Trivia,
Alexa,
where the questions
quit. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game. Goodness. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
This is TKO Trivia. What would you like to do now? You can start today's game or ask for a trivia question.
That's the old gesture. That's not what I asked you to do. Alexa, quit.
I'm not sure what to do. You said that's not what I asked Alexa, quit.
Alexa,
and that's not something I...
quit.
I'm not sure what to do.
Alexa,
You said that's not what I asked Alexa, quit.
Alexa,
and that's not something...
quit. Alexa,
I'm not sure what to...
quit. I really emphasize that T, I guess. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
Welcome to TKO Trivia, the trivia game show where you answer difficult questions and win nothing. What should we do this time?
Well, I don't love any of that. Alexa, quit.
I heard you say,
Alexa,
I don't have any Alexa, quit, but I'm not sure what you want me to do.
Alexa,
What would you like to do next?
quit. Thank you. All right. This is definitely what life is like. Sometimes you just find yourself yelling at robots. All right, I'm going to call it a day. This was a good experiment. We learned a lot. And we will definitely find time to do more, but this is so cool that we were able to get at least that little shake. It really looks like it's saying, no, you got that question wrong. It's very cool. So we'll continue playing with this stuff. So Oxygen Box, I'm glad. I'm waiting for your device to arrive too. I want to see what you guys create. So let's go find somebody to raid. That's always a fun thing. See what other people are working on. Anybody we want to go see? All right, we're gonna go find somebody new. Twitch. Twitch. Is it weird that I've just gotten bored with the people that I normally follow? I was in talk shows. Weird that I've just gotten bored with the people that I normally follow. I was in talk shows. Weird that science. Let's see. See what Sean JS is doing. It looks like he's working on some kind of game.
Less is more. Maybe it is just me, because that is definitely a big thing for me in platformers.
Right, let's go do this.
Like, I get really overwhelmed with directions.
We'll head over, do a little raid, and I want to thank you guys all for tuning in today. This has always been good. We learned something new. We played with a new device. That's a good Friday. I will see you guys all on Monday. Take care.
Thank you. It was cool. Like I said, I do like. I'm reaching into the corners of my